Southeast Georgia and the Low Country. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us.
Right now, Tropical Storm Nicole is battering the east coast of Florida. We're tracking the storm's powerful winds and heavy rains slamming the neighbors there, forcing evacuations and leaving lots of damage. The impacts we'll feel in just hours.
The balance of power in Congress is becoming clearer. I'm Amy Lou in Washington with the latest results.
I think my hijab is a symbol for people that anything is possible.
I'm so excited that our communities, the Muslim community, so many communities will have a voice at the table now.
2 Georgia women making history as the first Muslim women elected to the state assembly. The struggles they overcame to represent their growing communities.
We want to thank you so much for waking up with us right here on WJCL 22. Good morning. I'm Emma Hamilton.
And I'm Frank Solkowski. As you can see, these other 2 smiling faces, they are our meteorologists, Jonathan Myers, Melissa Hall. And we have a lot going on today, guys. Of course, we are keeping an eye on the weather just to the south of us right now.
Yeah, across Florida is getting impacted fairly big right now with tropical storm conditions. And that's what's headed our way as we go throughout the daytime today. You can see, I know there's a tornado watch out for parts of Jacksonville up to just near Brunswick, and I do expect to see that watch extended further to the north throughout the daytime today, and that's right that area you see off to the east of Jacksonville. That is what is headed our way. Been seeing some reports of already seeing some rotation with some of these thunderstorms that's rolling in off the Atlantic, so this will continue to move our way. And one thing we always say, on the east side of these storms, especially up to the north and east of the center, this is where you could get some of those tornadoes, and that's what's tracking our way throughout the daytime today as Nicole continues to lift to the north. You can already see that heavy rain just off the coast. These bands of rain will roll in off the Atlantic for coastal areas and becoming likely for a lot of us late morning and throughout the afternoon. Winds with Nicole at 70 miles per hour. You can see that track takes it up toward the Big Bend of Florida and quickly moves in out of our area as we go throughout the daytime on Friday. Impacts will be, we can see some rainfall totals in some spots 1 to 3 inches, and also maybe some coastal flooding. For more details on that coastal flooding, here's meteorologist Melissa Hall.
Yeah, John, we're watching high tide today at 9 a.m. and that's when we're expecting that tide to get close to 10 feet, which would be moderate flooding. Now, after that high tide, that risk going to go down. But like I said, moderate flooding does happen at 10 feet, and that's exactly where it's projected to get. Now, after that threat, high surf, beach erosion, that is still going to be possible out there. And as you look across the coast, storm surge, also something that we're dealing with, especially if you're down closer to Florida, 3 to 5 feet. And once you make it up towards Savannah and into the low country, we're still expecting 2 to 4 feet.
Right now, powerful winds and heavy rains are battering the east coast of Florida. Check out this footage from our sister station in Orlando, shot in nearby Brevard County. And this footage also in Brevard of the raging Indian River battering the coast. Our reporters there said it looked more like the ocean than a river. I have to agree with them. And about 30 miles north in Volusia County, take a look at this powerful storm surge at the shore battering the coast there as well. And in Daytona Beach shores, also in Volusia County, you can see the strong winds whipping these palm trees around. A nearby high-rise building was evacuated overnight there. Right now, you can see the storm is churning toward our area.
And right now, we want to check in with our Nakaya Carrero. She's live out on Tybee Island. And Nakaya, we can see and we can hear what you're experiencing out there. Yeah. Tell us about it this morning.
One word for what I am experiencing out here: wind. That wind is just coming in off the coast, and you feel it at times. It calms down for a second and then it just comes in real strong, wind gusts just coming in, slapping you and blowing you around, and then those fall temperatures make it feel a little chilly. But I actually spoke to Chatham Emergency Management Agency director yesterday, and he says, even though we're feeling the effects today from Nicole, they've been preparing for this storm since Monday.
With any storm, we have to take every advisory and every storm system and treat it as a unique advisory and a unique storm. So we never know exactly what the storms are going to do. Everything that we are forecasting is just that. It's a forecast.
Now, Director Jones also tells me you at home should be preparing an emergency kit that includes flashlights, extra batteries, and first aid items, just because you never know what could happen during just not only a hurricane or tropical storm, but a severe storm episode. So make sure you are preparing at home. Frank, Emma, I'm going to throw it back to you in studio.
All right, thanks so much, Nakaya. Hunker down there. We'll check back in with you here in just a couple minutes. Well, a quick look at some of the closures and cancellations in place across our area this morning. Liberty, Glenn, McIntosh, and Beaufort County schools are all closed. All Savannah, Chatham County public schools, they have canceled all after-school activities. Fort Pulaski will open at noon today instead of at 9 a.m. Oatland Island Wildlife Center will be closed. Beaufort County offices will be closed, and tomorrow the Beaufort County Veterans Day Parade has been canceled. Now, we are constantly updating our list of school and business closures on our website. Of course, that is WJCL.com. And you can also take that information with you on the go. Simply download the WJCL 22 News app. We'll also send important alerts directly to your phone.
New this morning, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich will have to testify before a special grand jury in Georgia. The panel is investigating possible attempts to overturn the 2020 election. Yesterday, a Virginia judge where Gingrich lives ordered him to appear. A lawyer for Gingrich says an appeal is likely. His appearance in front of the Atlanta-based special grand jury is scheduled for November 29th.
Lawmakers will have to wait until next year to determine the future of abortion in South Carolina. Senate and House negotiators failed to reach a compromise yesterday, so in January, they'll have to start over and introduce legislation again. Right now, abortion is legal in South Carolina up to 20 weeks. We now know the race between incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock and his Republican challenger Herschel Walker will go to a runoff. The special election will be held on December 6th. Of course, this race and many others across the country affecting the balance of power in the U.S. Congress. Both sides hoping to tip the scales. We want to check in with our Amy Lou up in Washington with what we know right now. Amy.
Well, Frank, we still don't know who will take control of Congress in January, as neither party has secured a majority in either the House or the Senate. Republicans are projected to win control of the House and are inching closer to the 218 seats they need. According to the Associated Press, Republicans have won 207 seats to Democrats' 184. The Senate is more complicated. We won't know the results from Georgia until next month, as the race between Democrat incumbent Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker is going to a runoff. We also learned Wednesday Wisconsin Republican incumbent Ron Johnson won another term, bringing the balance of power in the Senate to 49 to 48. Republicans one seat ahead of the Democrats. That leaves the Senate results in Arizona and Nevada still up in the air, where Democratic incumbents are defending their seats. And those states are still counting their mail-in, absentee, and drop box ballots. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou, WJCL 22 News.
All right, thanks so much, Amy. Well, two women are making history by becoming the first Muslim women elected to the Georgia State Assembly.
And as Matt Johnson reports, they're representing a growing community in the Peach State.
It's something I never would have imagined, not even 5-10 years ago.
When Rua Roman wears her hijab as a Georgia representative at the Georgia Capitol next year, it'll be a first in the state's history.
I think my hijab is a symbol for people that anything is possible.
The 29-year-old is the first Muslim woman to be elected to Georgia's State House. She says she overcame Islamophobic attacks during her campaign to win the seat in Gwinnett County's District 97.
I was exactly who I am. I was unapologetically myself, and at the same time that, there was more to me than just the fact that I'm a Muslim woman.
She's not the only one who made history Tuesday. Nabila Islam became the first Muslim woman elected to the state Senate by winning her race in Gwinnett County's District 7.
Folks went to go vote for someone like me. They felt a part of themselves in my story as well.
The 32-year-old Democrat will go to work at the Capitol with a progressive agenda and a hope to fight for a growing Muslim community.
I'm so excited that our communities, the Muslim community, so many communities will have a voice at the table now.
Representative-elect Farouk Mughal also picked up a seat, and State Senator Sheikh Rahman won re-election, both in Gwinnett County districts. The Capitol will now be represented by a Muslim man and woman in each chamber for the first time ever in Georgia.
We too can be part of the democratic process.
That it is going to show the diverse nature of our community.
And we've got election results, information about upcoming runoffs, and so much more in our online voter guide. You can check it out right now on our website. It's WJCL.com.